some pretty good things lately that I would love to recommend to you if you have not seen them already. I have an actual physical list on a piece of paper today because I don't know if you can tell, but I am filming on my phone right now. I figured I finally have the piece that connects my microphone to my phone so that I don't have to edit the video and the audio together. So I figured every once in a while, to make my life easier, maybe I'll do a video like this. Not too often because I definitely do still prefer my like a camera quality, but like my actual camera. But every once in a while I figured why not? So let me know what you guys think. I know the lighting is maybe a little brighter, but I'm using natural light right now. I'm in front of a window, no ring light, just all natural. So I hope you guys like the setup, but again, it's not going to be every video, not at all, but every once in a while I figured why not? The audio is still the same. So okay, with that being said though, we're going to try to make it through this video with no editing, no cuts, nothing. We're just gonna go for it. So let's cross our fingers that we can do it. And Maya behaves. No one rings the doorbell. Let's just cross our fingers. Also, you guys know that I like to have an adult beverage in these videos most of the time. But you could probably guess it. You know the drill. I have to go to work today. And so, to be a responsible employee, we're going to drink water. One of these days, I will film another one of these, and I'll film it at night so that I can have a glass of wine with you, you know, again, like I used to, or something. But unfortunately, it's also 10 a.m., so like that would be a little much, you know. But I'm just gonna drink water. So that was the first water I've had since I woke up. That was good. Alright, gotta get my ounces in, so I'll be sipping on this throughout the video. And this cup cute. I think it's cute. Anyway, okay. The first thing on my list is the second season of Cheer. You guys know during like 2020 when we were like really quarantining and no one was going anywhere, I watched the first season. I talked about it in another Netflix video and I fell in love with it. Not only is it amazing to watch what these athletes can do, like I can't even imagine like where I would even begin to yeah, I don't know. It's amazing to me to watch. But there was some drama in this season that I was not aware of. If you don't want to hear spoilers, maybe skip a little bit. But I didn't know all the stuff with Jerry went down. That I literally had no idea. I started watching the first episode and they started like teasing it, and I was like, what? Like everyone loved Jerry. I don't remember ever seeing it in the news. I somehow never heard about it, and I was stunned. So that was juicy, that whole episode about him, and then the stuff about Ladarius. But I liked how this season it followed them to Daytona again, the big cheerleading competition. But it focused on their rival school as well. It was like split 50-50. And at the end, towards the end, I was like, why am I kind of rooting for their like rivalry school? I don't know, I liked learning about them. I liked learning about their students. And again, it's just so amazing and entertaining for me to watch. And I just get so invested, and you know, you're like holding your breath when you watch their performance at Daytona, and you find characters that you like more than others, and you're like rooting for them, and it's just so fun. So yeah, I think it was a really good season. choosing the content, and how it talked about how the first season affected them, and Monica, the coach, went on Dancing with the Stars, so they talked about that and how that affected the team, and it was really good. So if you watched the first season, you should definitely watch the second season. And if you haven't seen it at all, it's a docu-series about college cheerleading teams and how amazing they are, and it follows them to their end of year competition, and it's great. Okay, the next one is a movie on Netflix. I should have said Cheer is also on Netflix. This one is a movie on Netflix, and it's After We Fell. I'm gonna take a drink of my water for this one because I have my opinions on these movies, but I watch them because I'm curious. So, if you don't know, back in the day, there was a fan fiction written, if I get any of this wrong, correct me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. There was a fan fiction written by a One Direction Harry Styles fan. And so the main character in these movies, I think there's 3 movies, this is the 3rd one, the main character is supposed to be like inspired by Harry Styles. I'm pretty sure that's based on the research that I've done. But these movies, which I don't really get how it's related to Harry Styles other than like the tattoos and the accent, other than that I don't really know, but anyway, it follows this troubled guy who meets this girl in college, and it follows their relationship, but he's got family issues and he's got temper issues. And are the movies well done? Yes, they definitely have a big budget for it now. There's a following. I know there's Before We Fell. I don't remember what the second one was, and then After We Fell is this one. I can't Google it because I'm using my phone right now. But my problem with these movies is that it's literally glorifying, for these young girls that are watching these movies, it's glorifying abusive relationships. This guy screams at her. He gets drunk when he's upset. He throws bottles and lamps when he's angry. You know, it's abusive is what it is. And these young girls are gonna watch these movies and think, okay, yeah, this guy's like that, but like I can change him, and he can change, and he can be better, and you know, and life doesn't work that way all the time. I don't know. I just like, yes, are the movies well done? Absolutely. But the storyline, like I watch it and I'm just like, she needs to walk away. Like, what are we still doing in this relationship that makes you cry all the time? And it's just not healthy. Like, yes, he has issues, and yes, he should change, but he's got to do it on his own, and you don't deserve that, you know? I get really passionate about it. I don't know. Will I watch the next one if there's a next one? Yes, probably, which maybe I shouldn't, like, contribute to their success, but I'm just too intrigued now. So I guess I'm contradicting myself, but I don't know. Young girls just have to be careful when watching. Like, I am old enough to know better and know that that is not correct, whereas young girls may not. So, okay, that's what I gotta say about that. The next one is a limited series on Netflix. I think this is it. It was just the one series, and it is called True Story with Kevin Hart. Now, at first, I didn't want to watch this one because I like Kevin Hart. I do, but I'm not a big fan of stand-up comedy. I just don't really, I don't know, I don't ever really find it funny most of the time. So I thought that it was gonna kind of be about that and like, you know, showing his stand-ups or whatever. And I was like, I don't know. Then my boyfriend watched it before me. He was like, no, it's literally not even a comedy. Like, Prime, you'll like it. So I was like, okay. Let me say, this show was so good. It was so well done. The storyline, there's so many twists and turns. It's a mystery, so if you like that, like, you'll love it. And I was really impressed by Kevin Hart's acting. Like, I didn't know he could do all that. I knew he was an actor, but I didn't know that. Hello, plane. Sorry about that. But I didn't know that he could do all that. And I was very, very impressed. Let me see how much I can tell you about. So basically, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it follows Kevin Hart, who he plays a comedian and an actor in the show. Maya's coming, and she's gone. It follows Kevin Hart and his brother, who his brother always gets him into trouble, is always asking for money, because Kevin Hart is like a billionaire, and just always gets him into trouble. And so he gets his brother into trouble yet again in the first episode, and they have to kind of cover up what happened, as to not, well, one, go to jail, but two, to ruin Kevin Hart's career and everything. And they try to keep it a secret from his management team and his security and everything, all while still trying to appear normal in the public eye. But then you get to the end of the series, and what you thought isn't what is at all, if that makes sense. It's so good. Just go watch it. It's like, I think it's 10 episodes, 40 to 50 minutes each. Yeah, it was so good, guys. So good. Go watch it. The next one I wrote on here are movies. This is not Netflix. These are actually old movies, but they're movies that I've never seen and have been on my list to watch for a while. And I have started watching the Rocky series. I've watched the first and the second one so far. And I've been told by multiple people, like, oh yeah, you'll like it. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I liked it more than I thought. If I were to rank the two, I liked the second one a little bit more than the first one. But I didn't realize how much of a love story it was gonna be. That it was more of a drama, more than just people punching each other in the face. And I enjoyed it. I did. I liked, the romance of it. This is an old movie, so I feel like I'm not gonna spoil anything, because probably most of you have seen it, and I'm a late bloomer, but, the second movie follows Rocky and Adrian more, getting married, having their baby, him getting back into fighting, and it was very nice, and now he's the champ. That's where I have left off. So I know there are 2,500 extra movies. I'm being dramatic. What, there's 6? And then the Creed movies. Is that right? I don't know. I'll make my way, but for now I've watched the first 2, and I really, really like them. So, yay for me. Okay, the next one I watched is a movie on Netflix. I think it's a Netflix original. And it's called Home Team with Kevin James and Taylor Lautner. I was a Twilight girl, so of course I loved Taylor Lautner back in the day, and he hasn't really been doing too much lately. And so I saw that he was in a movie again, and I was like, what? So I was like, I have to watch it, of course. First of all, it was nice to see him come back into the movie scene. I follow him on Instagram, and he made a whole post about how great everyone has been and welcoming him back, and just being very happy that he was back. And I agree, I was very happy that he was doing a project again. I was like, oh, good for you. So basically the movie is about Kevin James plays an NFL coach, and he is kind of like left his family separated from his wife, doesn't really see his son much, to go pursue that career. But he gets suspended, and so he ends up coming home to see his son, who plays football. I would say the kids are like middle school age. and he comes back, he goes to his son's football game, sees how horrible the team is, and Taylor Lautner is their coach, and so Kevin James ends up becoming part of their coaching team and makes them a better team. And it's cheesy. Would I watch it again? Probably not, but it was a cute watch, and I'm glad that I watched it. So if you're in the mood for like a feel-good kind of movie situation, then I think you'll definitely like it. Again, it's not going to be like a classic movie that you're going to want to watch over and over again, but it was cute. So it was like, it made me smile, a couple parts made me laugh, so I liked that. Oh, that's the wind, if you heard that. It's very windy outside all of a sudden. Okay, next one. I started watching Sweet Magnolia Season 2. I watched Season 1 when it came out, and I loved it. Something about it, it gives me Gilmore Girls vibes, like small town, everyone's friends with each other, everybody knows what's going on. Drama, of course, lots of drama. I did have to watch, I had to YouTube a Season 1 recap because I completely forgot what happened, so that definitely helped. There are a couple of points in this season where I kind of rolled my eyes and I was like, really? That's a little bit of a stretch, but it's a show, it's not real, but I really like it. And this might sound weird, but the set and the outfits are all very colorful, which, I don't know, makes it more enjoyable for me to watch. I like most of the characters. It's the one Cal, that's the name, right? Yeah. If you've seen it, towards the end of the season, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Jeez. And I enjoyed it. If you watched the first season, definitely continue into the second season. Next one, guys. I should have put this one as number 1. I write these in the order that I watch them, but I should have put this first. Euphoria. What? So I didn't watch the first season when it came out. I just didn't pay much attention to it. And then, a month ago, or whenever the second season came out, I was like, everyone was talking about it, and I was like, alright, let me give it a try. So I started from the beginning. I watched it all, the first season and half of the second season, in a week. I know people that have watched it in a day, but for me that was kind of quick. They're long episodes, they're 55 minutes each. I watched on HBO Max. I really honestly didn't know what it was about. I didn't know it was so drug heavy. I didn't know anything really. All I knew is that Zendaya was in it. Give Zendaya all the awards, especially after season 2. So it's a show that's based in high school, which normally I may not go for anymore because I'm older and it's just cheesy sometimes for me. But first of all the actors are my age or older, so that helps. And it's not about cheesy stereotypes. It's really dark and really heavy. It centers around drugs and drug addiction and cheating, and it's rough. I'm not gonna lie. The first season, after the second, third episode, I was like, whoa, do I want to continue watching this? But then of course I did. It's rough. It's not for anyone under the age of 17, 18. It's very raw. Again, it's got the drugs, it's got a lot of nudity and rough sex scenes. I refuse to watch the show with anyone. I watch it by myself. Maybe that's just me. I would never watch it with my mom. My mom would hate it. I would never watch it with her. I just watch it by myself. The second season has been phenomenal as of right now. There's one more episode that comes out, and that's the finale of the season. It's phenomenal. The acting is amazing. The makeup, just everything. And I like that there are a good number of characters in there that had never acted before, really. Fez is one of my favorite characters. They literally found him on the street and they were like, hey, like, you look perfect for this. Do you want to be in a show? And he thought it was a scam, but then he took a chance and read for them and they hired him. Which is funny because Fez, if you know the character, he is just like that in real life. He literally gets paid to play himself, basically. It's so funny. I love him. And I can't say enough about Zendaya. She deserves every award out there. So, I could talk about that show in just its own video. I think that show, now that I've really watched all of it, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Love it. And all my friends watch it too. So we get to talk about it because we don't always watch the same things, but we get to talk about it and it's fun. The next one is also on HBO Max, and it is an older series that I didn't even know existed, really. It's called Girls. It's another one that's very raw, definitely rated R. Sometimes it's a little much for me. I'm just like, okay, it's a lot. But it follows basically 4 girls. 2 are roommates and another 2 are roommates, and just follows them. They live in New York City. They don't make a lot of money, you know, struggling to pay rent and getting fired and having to find another job, and boys and dating and a little bit of drug use. They're short episodes, so you can get through it pretty quickly. I am not like hooked on it. It's more of like, I put it on in the background. Like sometimes I put it on at work. I have temporarily my own office at work right now, so I can play music. I can listen to whatever. So while I work, a lot of times I'll put a separate tab and I'll just play the show in the background, just for like noise. So it's that kind of show for me. But yeah, I'm definitely not hooked, but it's been okay. I don't know any of the actors' names. Most of them I hadn't seen before. But I enjoyed it. It's had a couple moments that have made me laugh. The next one is Can You Keep a Secret? It's a movie. It's not a Netflix original, but they added it to Netflix recently. It's with 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪 and Tyler Hoechlin. He was in Teen Wolf, for any of you who remembered. He was the older werewolf. And it's like a rom-com. You know, a really awkward younger girl. She meets this guy on a plane, and he's just automatically like, she's very awkward, very sporadic, very just like out there, wears colorful outfits, you know. And he's just intrigued by her instantly, and then they meet very soon after in the workplace in the movie, and it just follows their love story, and he's much older, not much older, but he's a little bit older, much more successful than she is, and she's just starting out in the workforce. And it's a cute movie. 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪, they made her, I mean, she's beautiful, but they made her very simple, very plain Jane, no makeup, baggy, colorful, like not hippie, but you know, different outfits than what we would normally see her in. But she's so cute, and her character was so awkward, and I liked it. It made me smile a lot. I didn't even know that movie existed. I don't think it's new. Maybe like 2 years old or something. But I really liked it. And I had never seen Tyler Hoechlin in anything else other than Teen Wolf, so it was nice to like see him smile and be happy, and he was a good love interest. So if you like rom-coms, go watch that one. I really enjoyed it. The last one I started watching yesterday, and it is a docu-series on Netflix. There's 2 seasons, and it's called I'm a Killer. So any of my true crime people, this is for you. It basically, every episode is about a different killer, and they interview them and they make them tell their story from their point of view. But then you get to see like interrogation footage, you get to see some like surveillance stuff. I've only watched a few episodes. Like I watched 2. I just started it yesterday, but if you're into true crime, like this is for you. It's cool. I always like hearing stories about what happened from the criminal, and they get emotional during the interviews, like literally telling you how they took someone's life, and it's just very interesting. You guys know I'm interested in that stuff, like what happened to make them do what they did, and what happened to make them who they are. It's just so interesting to me. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep watching that. Again, there are 2 seasons. Maybe once I watch both seasons, I'll talk about it in my next Netflix video. We'll see. But yeah, it's called I'm a Killer, and I would recommend it to my true crime people. So that is my list, guys. I really liked this like time around, the list that I had. I think everything was really, really entertaining to watch and fun to watch. So as always, if you have other suggestions of things that I and other people watching this video should watch, leave them down below. If you've watched any of these, let me know your thoughts as well, if you're still with